Fun.
Okay, so, all right, let's get this officially started then.
Let's do it.
So this is the fourth or fifth DTV Network podcast now?
Should be number 5.
Should be
This is
5.
number
yes.
5. Okay, so this is the fifth DTV Network podcast. We were supposed to have Jerby on the podcast tonight from Root Gaming, but I don't know what happened. Maybe he's probably sleeping, I would guess. So, I don't know if he's going to be here or not. I'm going to guess no. We could probably get him next week for sure, though. So that's going to be not happening. So the first topic, though, for this week is just general PAX East discussion. I know a lot of us watched PAX East broadcasts on Twitch for many different things, and I know Boy Wonder was personally there, which is awesome. Was hoping to have Penguin on tonight, but he didn't get back till just a few hours ago, and he's probably exhausted. Nobody can sleep on planes. You might fall asleep for a little bit, but you're not going to sleep well. So,
Not at all.
Penguin won't be on tonight, and Brotato, I don't know. I don't know if he wants to be a part of the podcast anymore. I have no idea. And TGM has class tonight, so he cannot make it because we switched it to Tuesday instead of Monday. But normally he will be here every Monday. Anyways, so I guess first thing to talk about with the PAX East discussion, I guess, is the most notable things that happened during PAX East as far as game announcements, stuff like that. So yeah, let's go from there. I have to say the first thing that pops to my mind as far as announcements on at PAX East was the announcement for Marvel Heroes doing some weird founder or some weird hero token drop thing.
Mm-hmm. They're doing the
I
starter.
gotta say that is the dumbest idea probably ever. It's not good.
No, what makes it? Why wouldn't you think it's be good?
It's not good because they already had a hero drop thing implemented in the game, but now, for anybody who does not have a Founders Pack and is not getting the early access to the game, to purchase a specific hero they may want. So say you have a starter pack or a premium pack or whatever, and you have a couple days early access and a little bit of in-game currency, and say you want to buy Iron Man. You can do that. As soon as the game goes live on June 4th or whatever, you can no longer purchase heroes from the store. You have to purchase a hero token, a random hero token that doesn't guarantee you anybody. It guarantees you a hero, but maybe not the one you want.
That's very silly. Like
It's really dumb.
Hey.
a bunch of money to get that hero at the very last try
Random,
type
yeah.
deal. Yeah,
Well,
random.
the main problem comes down for, as far as free-to-play players go, it's no big deal. It really doesn't matter that much.
Yeah,
but as far
for
as
sure.
people who bought Founders Packs, like I bought an Ultimate Founders Pack. I'm not looking to buy a hero in the early access. I have all this in-game currency that I'm going to have. And what if a hero comes out 2 weeks after release and I would rather spend my currency on buying him? Now I can't? Like it's really dumb. It's like telling somebody that they're going to get something when you're buying a Founders Pack and then you take it away and say, you know what? We're not going to do that anymore.
It just seems like a bad move.
that.
That just seems like a really, really bad move on their part.
There are
Like,
literally pages and pages and pages of people on the closed beta forums just complaining about this. Like, if they don't change it somehow, they're going to have a lot of people demanding refunds. So,
yeah, that's how I see it. Is like that's a bad marketing for their game in general. Like exactly what you said is where people want to play that champ and they have to randomly grab that champ, and that's, to me, is just very silly to do. Like League of Legends doesn't do that, like they let you buy the champ that you want to buy with the money that you want to spend.
Right.
So like in terms of like free to play, I guess this is like a new way of trying to start a free to play in a new term, but it's not the right way to do it.
well,
at
see,
all.
and then the problem is this as well. So they also announced some sort of ultimate power feature, which basically, if you have if you're playing a certain hero, say I'm playing Spider-Man. So you're playing Spider-Man. Since you already have him unlocked, any random hero that drops, any random hero token that drops in the game, because as everybody knows, you can technically unlock anybody in the game just by playing and getting a random drop. But what they changed is now if you're playing Spider-Man, your chances of you getting a Spider-Man token, a Spider-Man hero token to drop, are greatly increased, which is now used. So say you have Spider-Man, the way to increase your ultimate power is to get another Spider-Man token. So you can increase your ultimate power through getting another token, but it sucks because that doesn't... a lot of people want to play and unlock new heroes. They don't want to...
Right.
Who cares about...
I don't...
I want to play and unlock somebody, get somebody new, but now they're making it much harder for that to happen, so you're pretty much going to have to... In order to get a new hero, you're going to have to buy a random hero token.
At some point, yeah.
So it's just...
You need to make it on like a slider. Like, okay, I want to focus on getting the same drop again so that I can upgrade my ultimate or whatever, and do a slider so that your chances are increased for that. And then if you change your mind and say, no, okay, I've got that. I don't want another Spider-Man. I want something else. Then you flip the slider the other way, and your chances for that go down while your chances to get a random one that you don't have goes up.
Something needs to change.
I could see that being a really, really nice feature. I think people wouldn't complain so much if there was a small chance of getting what you wanted. At this point, it's a very random chance of getting what you want, and that is not a good way to do it when people are sitting there playing your game consistently. So the slider thing would be a fantastic touch.
I think the biggest idea that's been thrown around on the forums is something along the lines of, if you get, instead of getting like a certain... Okay, so yes, you can get a hero token. A hero token in general will drop. You can use that to upgrade your ultimate power if you want, or you can save them up. So say you get one token and you want to use it, and it's a random hero token, you get a random hero. If you save up 5 tokens, you can choose one of the heroes that you want. I think something like that would work too, because that way you still have to grind, you still have to get the tokens, but then you can still use them for your ultimate power as well. I don't know. It was just really weird when they said that. I didn't really think about it as being a bad thing when I first heard them say it. But I was on the forums a few nights ago, and there's a lot of points that were brought up there that make it sound very bad. Could be very bad.
They can't change how they're going to do the ultimate packs and stuff that they sold already. Because, I mean, they sit there and say no refunds, no this and that and whatever, but they forget that they're dealing with credit card companies and they're dealing with PayPal. And those companies, for up to 3 months or sometimes even longer, you
can just back it off.
They will charge back, and because they know that consumers, especially if you go and say, hey, they can see what day you bought it, and then all you have to do is say, here's what they changed. This is why I don't want it anymore. I'm not getting what's promised. The game's not even out yet, so I want my money back. Credit card companies, they're going to do it just like that.
Same thing with PayPal too. As much as I love PayPal, but there are some things about it that I don't like. But that's one thing that's fantastic with them. Yeah. If you pretty much open a dispute, they're very good with that stuff. So,
for a buyer, PayPal is phenomenal. For a seller, it's
There's some interesting added features coming into the game here in about another, I would say, a couple patches now that they talked about when we were there. You know how when you just randomly teleport your champ in to the game, like you swap in and out, you will actually do some sort of tag team animation with the champ or your hero that comes in with you. That is something that they're adding to the game, which I think is going to be great. And they said each hero, say if I'm the Hulk and I tag in and I want to play as Thor and the Hulk will do something to get in and out of the screen that makes it amazing. They said the animations of that and the work that they're doing for that is going to make it very, very interesting coming down the roads. So I thought that was kind of cool. Because right now you just kind of come in and then you're there. You are, it's just like one in a.
To me, for me, as cool as that sounds, that seems unnecessary.
It's unnecessary, but it's added little touches to the game that kind of makes you feel like you're Iron Man or you
But would you
feel
rather
like you're
have
Hulk.
them working on that right now or working on hero development in general, as far as getting more heroes into the game, balancing heroes, working on hero abilities? Like some sort of tag team animation thing to me just sounds cool. Yeah.
It's just one
It
of
would
those
be a nice touch for like final release.
Yeah.
But for right now, like that's not what they should be working on. Like, come on.
I thought the same. I was like, I've only played it a couple times, and it just seemed like certain actually everybody was broken. I mean, there's you can find something broken about each champ. Period.
And nothing's balanced. I mean,
everything's kind of wishy-washy.
I've played Black Panther and Black Widow, and those two are definitely not broken. But
Yeah.
I don't know, because it's kind of neat too being in the closed beta, because you can go in and see what other people playing the beta are ranking the heroes as far as a scale of 1 to 10. And it's really interesting to go in. I won't talk about it because I don't know if I can, but it's really interesting to see what certain heroes are ranked as, and some of them are ranked pretty low, but most of them generally are ranked 7 or above on average.
Which is, it'll change. I mean, like you said, it's still closed beta, so a lot of those numbers will be tweaked. Some of the movesets will be tweaked too. So, I mean, we really can't judge what character is going to be great until we actually see that final release date.
Oh, definitely.
But just like you were saying, it's really cool seeing the game develop from being just that little base to what it's going to become in the future.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
and Thraxus, I would 100% wholeheartedly agree with what he said about everything they're talking about probably being significantly behind what the beta client we have is, which is, I already realized that, but at the same time, it's like saying, what's more important? It's just like some sort of weird animation and tag team thing. That's just
the reason why I
important.
thought it was so cool to me is like when he was explaining it to me. It's a little, it's hard to like explain what he was trying to explain to me, but it is like a tag team animation, but like it made the characters feel like Marvel characters. It wasn't like I was playing some random like Path of Exiles, for instance, where I just create that character and cool, he doesn't have a backstory. Like Iron Man has a humongous backstory, so like when he comes in on his jets and says a line or something like that, me as a nerd, coming from the comic books as a kid, that makes me feel great. That's the reason why I love this game so much, is because I get to play all those amazing characters I read about and have just a little things to me is amazing. Like especially
it's kind of funny too, because that whole combo thing where you swap one in, you swap one out. I don't know if anybody watches it on Twitch, but I don't like fighting games. But I can't remember the name of the fighting game, but it's like Marvel Heroes vs. Capcom or something like that. But when you swap those heroes in, they could do like some sort of like combo together and stuff. Yeah. That's totally where they're
he didn't
say
he didn't really give me too much details on if we're able to do like some crazy combo or anything like that. But it was just like in Marvel vs. Capcom, what people really liked when that game came out is like when you tagged in, like if you played as Wolverine and you tagged in as the Hulk would have something he would say to Wolverine.
Right, yeah.
Just him. So like that's what they're trying to do with this game as well, is to make it seem like the Avengers will be doing, some cool things together. Black Panther will say something to someone, Scarlet, so forth.
There's always witty banter going back and forth between them.
Just little things like that I think is cool. I mean, like what's his name? Where's he at in chat here? The guy you just talked to a second ago.
Thraxus?
Thraxus, yeah. Like he said, like we're kind of behind what the devs are using now in their studio. I mean, we're in the closed beta, so like they could have balance patches already made that they're just waiting to come out.
Yeah, but see, that's what I'm saying though. Like they're talking about putting these combo things in, these animations in. But I mean, we haven't even seen all the heroes that are promised to be out on release. Like that's just something that should be first and foremost. Get the heroes in so people can play test and make balance changes. Like there's only so much balancing you can do without a large player base feedback. You can play test all you want and try to balance all you want in house, but it's not going to work. You need to have a large player base to play test.
Exactly. So it's going to have to switch into an open beta at some point so that we do get that huge forum base. Because right now it's only closed beta forums.
Well, there's plenty of people playing the beta. I'm talking about it as far as beta testing goes. They need to get the heroes that are promised to be out upon release.
Well, there's like 6 or something. There's 6 or 7 that are supposed to be coming out. There's 6 or 7 more. So, I mean...
Definitely.
We know of some of them that we can't play. Obviously like Frost, Emma Frost, and like Nova and stuff like that. So
Human Torch, Cable.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to play those two. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, moving on from Marvel Heroes. Let's talk about Smite and the Smite tournament that happened at PAX East.
Mm-hmm.
So first off, I will say, that I think it's fantastic for Smite to get a little bit of the limelight at PAX East. I think it was great for them. It might not have ran the greatest, but for them to, I mean, they were almost up to, 8,000 viewers or something at one point?
Like 80,000, I think, somewhere around there.
I think huge.
Yeah.
From being at PAX and spending majority of my time at the Twitch booth / Smite booth, because they were both joined together, they actually ran that booth better than majority of the other ones. Like, obviously, like, Riot had a bigger one, but they were doing, like, college tournaments and stuff like that there, so it wasn't all that, oh, cool, it wasn't crazy, but, like, their booth looked amazing. It was fantastic. So I'll definitely give them shout-outs for that. It really, it caught everybody's attention. And they managed to get it by the front door. That was the first thing you seen when you walked down the door was that booth. So, and, like, they had people standing on the outskirts of it, dragging people in, like, come check out this, come check out this.
And it's funny because, like, think of all the people there to check out the Riot, booth. Mm-hmm. Obviously,
that was in the back.
Riot is a huge company, and they've already made so much money. Their advertising doesn't have to be near as much as what a company like Smite would need. Mm-hmm. So, for Smite to be at the front door and them to put Riot in the back, I mean, that's. Yeah, I think that's awesome.
Guys did a phenomenal job, and there was a number of things that they did. One, partnering up with Twitch. Mm-hmm. That was a huge move on their part.
Grabbing Rachel
Twitch
in
is, where everybody streams and where, the up-to-date stuff comes through, and it's where they're streaming, officially. And so that was the first thing they did. The tournament was another big draw, and being able to broadcast that. And then they had the cosplayer. They hired Rachel Seltzer, from anybody that watches League of Legends knows who she is. So that was a huge draw, she started tweeting stuff and people were like, oh wow, she's getting involved with Smite, we got to go check it out. So that was another really smart play because she's extremely experienced. She's probably more experienced in that field than anybody else that they had in there.
Right.
A number of stuff that they did like that, they did a really good job with it. It was really smart. So they could have probably done better with a different organizer. For the event, admin, but it's their first one, and they're gonna learn from it. So I think they did really well.
I enjoyed both booths. They were both really, really good. Like Saint just said in chat that Riot needed the space, obviously, because like that booth that they had was huge. It really, really was a big, and there was a lot of people there. But I just think like how the Smite people talked to you while you were at the booth was phenomenal. Like they did a fantastic job with meeting and greeting everybody. If you were standing there and you weren't doing anything, they just walked up to you and was like, how's it going? You here for the Smite tournament and so forth and everything like that. And they just sat there and interacted with you the entire time, which I thought was really, really good. Riot did that too, but there were just so many people there. It was very hard for them to do that.
Oh, right. So, I went to the GDC online event in Austin, Texas last year, and I was at the Riot booth for quite a while. And even last year, look how much League of Legends has grown since last year. But when I was there, it was still a large booth, and they run their stuff very well. I went to the Riot after party and everything as well, and I always say Riot they know how to throw parties. That's for sure. They're a good company. They're going to be fine. But it was just good to see Smite get their name out there a little bit. 8,000 people watching the Smite tournament on one channel at one time was fantastic. Look at the numbers just from Smite Game Channel over the past 2 or 3 days. Yeah.
3K.
It's ridiculous. Before it was like, you're talking like 800 people like tops. Now it's just, it's awesome.
Skyrocketing.
Smite's still a new game. You got to think, League of Legends has been out for 3-4 years now. So that's got like a 4-year follow base. Like Smite's got, it's freshly new. I think it was last year when it came out. Yeah. So like to see the numbers from that game, a brand new game that as Smite is, to how the different.
Awesome.
It's really nice to see it grow, and I honestly think that like when they bring in a whole bunch of champs, and they bring that everything is promised the game. The guy at the Smite booth told me that there's a huge patch coming out that's going to make this game amazing. He wouldn't drop any knowledge or anything else. I was trying to poke and prod at him to see what it was going to be, like maybe a new game type or something, but he wouldn't let it go. He said give it about 3 weeks. He said it'll come out and it'll be amazing. So we can definitely look forward to that.
Smite is technically not released yet either. I mean, they're getting close to release. I think Apollo's the last god they're releasing before official Smite release, correct?
Yeah,
am I correct in saying that? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
If it's not, if it's him, yeah. So you still got to think the numbers this game's pulling in, and it's in an open beta, so everything's changing still. League of Legends, I mean, obviously you'll have patches to change here and there, but everything's kind of set in stone already. So people can come in and just continually play the game, and I think Smite will be fine. I honestly think Smite will do just fine. You can't compare them.
It's like comparing, WoW to everything else that comes out. It's like, WoW's been around for years.
It's a whole different game.
They have so much more content. They have I mean, it's just, people always try and compare them. It's like,
I honestly think Smite is harder to play than League of Legends, just because of how the camera is and how you have to aim all your abilities, even your auto attacks and so forth.
Yeah, they play it completely different. I mean, it's really a different game.
Yeah, you can't compare the two. It's either you like them or you don't.
The only thing you can really say between the two right now is the fact that League of Legends just has more things to play. So you have to know more. You have to have more
knowledge
than you do in Smite. But as far as skill level goes, I mean, some of the crazy things you can pull off, just being able to dodge a few auto attacks, and I mean, you'd be surprised some of the crazy plays you will see or do playing Smite that you would never be able to pull off in a League of Legends, because literally it's a right-click auto-attack game.
Yeah,
a right-click, shoot my spell here game. Like, there's some crazy things you can pull off in Smite that you just can't do in other games, and I think that's probably the biggest draw it has right now.
Did you guys see that number one play that they were doing during the tournament, between games or whatever, and they did the top 5 plays or whatever? The number one play was this guy playing Anher.
Yeah.
And he had 3, unbelievable dodges. I mean, that should have killed him.
Yeah.
And it was just it was
Anatoly,
insane. Because they're slowing it down.
The jumps.
It's like watching an action movie. Thor comes down and tries to stun him, and you see the ring come down on the ground. You see the lightning start coming off because they slowed it down to 1/10, speed.
Yeah.
You see him leap. And literally, here's Thor coming into the frame, and here's, Anher jumping. And he hits the ground, and Anher flies over here. He would have died from it. His health was so low. And it's just and that was the third play from the same guy within 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Where he just completely dodged, getting killed. And it was insane. And, you wouldn't see that kind of stuff in League of Legends just because of the way it plays.
You'll see, flashes or,
right.
Stuff like that. But, that's a cooldown of, 4 minutes to do a flash against this or that. But, in Smite, it's every one of your abilities, I wouldn't say every one, but multiple abilities you have in that game can juke anything. When I first played the game and I was running away from somebody auto-attacking me, and you could zigzag and try to, get away from people, I thought that was that just brought such a huge in-depth to the game that you don't get, like Deegan said, with League of Legends, because it's just a right-click auto-attack. Walk up and do it. Walk up, attack. This one, it's I think.
At the same time, while that's a feature in Smite that you can't do in League of Legends, there's a lot of spell abilities that you would see in a League of Legends type game that you just won't be able to do in Smite.
In Smite, yeah.
There's a trade-off there.
Yeah.
There's a definite trade-off, because I've thought about this in my head a couple times too. If I were to create a hero or a god or whatever you want to call it for Smite, what I would want it to do. And in my head, I have this really cool idea, but it probably wouldn't be as effective as it would be in Smite, it wouldn't be as effective in Smite as it would be in a different game. But
it's just kind of how the camera placement is on that really negates some of those abilities.
Exactly.
Yeah. So,
but still, it's a great game. It's fun. If you guys haven't played it, you should give it a try. It's awesome.
It's free to play. You might as well. It's a very small download too. You just go to smitethegame.com, download it, and and there you go. You're good. I mean, what are they still doing the champ thing? Like $30 get you all the champs and the upcoming champs as well.
Well,
that's amazing.
They did say that then, right? You gets you all of the upcoming champs, because first it wasn't like that.
Yeah.
At first it was only until official release, and then after that you would be able to do it.
Yeah. Even then, that's still an ungodly amount of champs that you get. I mean, what is that? I think they have 30 champs now, 32, something like that. Somewhere around there. But that's a good amount of. That's a good bang for your buck.
Before release too, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. So, anything else then? Any big announcements? Anything that we want to talk about specifically that happened at PAX? Anybody have anything?
DayZ standalone panel was pretty impressive.
Oh, that's right. You wanted to talk about that. I forgot.
Yeah,
good thing you reminded me, because we obviously weren't there, so we don't know what happened. So
yeah,
you fill everybody in.
I actually didn't have a pass for that day for the panel. That was on a Saturday, so we kind of went around Boston and checked out Boston with a group of the streamers that went. Dagger from the Midnight Crew, they were there. He was with us at the party and everything like that. So he was explaining some things about DayZ standalone that was gonna be to me it was amazing. There's two things that really caught my attention was the diseases on your clothes. Everybody's gonna start naked. You're going to have underwear on. That is what Rocket said. He said the very start of the game when you load in, he is going to have the biggest LOL fit in the world because you're all in underwear. You have to find your clothes. And then if you get a disease, they wear down your clothes and they stay on your clothes. So if you drop them and put them on somebody else, they get disease as well. Then the disease transfers through the entire world, or I guess, server, I guess you would say. And next thing you know, everybody's going to be sick. So you're going to have to find the medication to heal yourself if you get poisoned and so on. It's going to be really good. And they're having this radio system where you take a radio and you can place it somewhere in the city. So what happens if somebody uses in-game global chat or in other mics or anything like that in that area, you can hear what they're saying because of that radio placement you had. So right. I thought that was really cool because you could set up ambushes or watch like the market or so on and set up a lot of different situations in that game that I thought was going to be really cool. So those were the two big ones that I heard. Right. And they showed off the interface. They showed a little bit more of in-depth on the interface. You guys can probably see the screenshots and everything like that. So those were pretty cool. Other than that, I mean, that was about the two main things that I thought. The disease one was awesome. I
don't know how I feel about that, though, to be honest. Why would it be realistic that everybody would start with no clothes on?
That's something that he thought. I have no idea. That's what I was told from Dagger, saying that that's how things were going to go down. So
it just seems a little bit weird to me. I mean, I like the idea that you can find new clothes.
Yeah.
But why would everybody start naked? Why not just start in a generic clothes thing and you can find new clothes if you wanted to? I don't know. It just seems weird to me.
I have no idea.
For a game that tries to do so much for realism, the fact that you'd start naked just seems a little bit weird.
Yeah.
Anyways, I mean, talking about as far as DayZ and stuff goes as well, I started playing Arma 3 Alpha yesterday and today, and I have to say that game is beautiful. Like, once servers are stable and that game's full release and things are going there, I could see myself playing Wasteland a lot on there.
It looks good. There's a couple servers. There's a couple servers out now that have the Wasteland for Arma 3. We hop in there and play around.
Oh, I was in there today, playing.
Yeah, they're still a little buggy, obviously, because, I mean, it is Wasteland mission mod into the multiplayer, but the game is... The weapons in that game look amazing. They look so good.
Everything looks amazing. The only problem that I have it with right now is the whole inventory system. The inventory system, I think, works well, but when you're, like, looking in a vehicle, for instance, to get gear, you have to, like, take the gear and drop it on the ground, and, like that... I know that that's not going to be in final release, but that's really, like, the only thing I could complain about. That and the sounds. The sounds are messed up.
It'll be optimized and everything. It'll be fixed in the future. But I mean, I think it is open beta or open alpha. So like we're not even in beta yet. So like all those things will be fixed. The one thing I thought was cool was the snakes were going to attack you. That to me still is amazing. You walk around and you have to watch out for snakes. Like that's gonna be really cool. So
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm pretty
I see
excited.
more scenes like when I'm getting my face eaten off by a zombie, and people running by watching me.
Yeah.
I see more scenes like that happening with the snakes and other stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, classic video when I spawned in DayZ. All of a sudden, I spawn on the coastline. I hear somebody shooting. I'm like, what's going on? I'm like sneaking up, watching it all unfold. Some guy's getting his face eaten off by a zombie trying to
I
shoot
shot like 2
with a
clips
G7
from a G19 at a zombie.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden I'm like, dude, that guy's dead. And like Kerviel's like, that's me, you bastard.
Nice.
He was sitting there watching me from like a distance.
Dude,
Couldn't
you
help
told
or
me
nothing.
sooner. I would have
Just
tried
watch
to go
it.
He's
help
like, I
you,
think
but
he's dead. And then he hears like 2 more shots go off. And he's like, he's not dead. And I'm like, that's me. I'm like, you bastard.
It was the
He's like, no. And then he's like, is it really you? And I'm like, yeah, it's me.
That
He
was
just
so funny.
That was awesome.
It was awesome. Oh man. But yeah, I mean, I was really impressed with Arma 3. I think it's going to be awesome. I don't know. You know, it kind of sucks too because now that DayZ's going standalone and they're not doing any more modding. So, I mean, someone is going to come up with some sort of DayZ-esque mod for Arma 3, but it won't be the same.
Mm.
I mean, I really have my fingers crossed for Rocket and DayZ standalone because he's got a lot of people rooting for him. He's done a lot of really good things as far as, you know, a developer standpoint goes. To stay true to his community and stuff like that. But a lot of people think that he left DayZ mod a little bit too early and stopped updating it before he should have, which I would probably agree with. But if DayZ Standalone comes out and it's good, then everything will be good.
Yeah, for sure.
So let's just keep our fingers crossed on that, I guess. All right, so next topic. We're just going to drop a PAX East discussion now, and we'll go on to first thoughts on Bioshock. So Kerviel started playing Bioshock this morning. I'll let Kerviel go first. Kerviel, what do you think about Bioshock Infinite?
Amazing. I mean, the visuals, the play of it. I've been playing Bioshock, the first one. I was trying to get through that before today hit, and just had some delays and whatever, so I didn't get through it. But just the controls, even, I mean, going as far as not just the visuals. Everybody talks about the visuals and about the gameplay and everything, but even the controls, like I went to go ahead and remap them so that I could use the mouse and keyboard because I'm playing it on Xbox.
Uh-huh.
And, I looked at the controls and I'm like, as I started remapping them, and I'm like, you know what, this is totally different than the way the controls were in the first one. And I thought, even like the functions are different. It wasn't just, the same function. So I'm like, I'm going to give it a shot with a controller instead and just see how it goes. And it plays so well.
I know, dude. Yeah, I'm playing it on the Xbox controller right now, too. And
perfect.
It feels like the game was first and foremost designed for a console as far as controlling goes.
Right. See, now the original Bioshock, I believe, was designed on PC and then ported to console for the most part. So that's why it feels better on a keyboard and mouse. I mean, you can do it on a controller, but it just feels better.
Right.
But this one is definitely the other way around.
They definitely had a console control layout in mind when they were setting things up. So that's definitely a good point.
Story's a bit of a roller coaster so far. Not throwing any spoilers out there. We're at the same point now. I was watching when you.
I caught up to you.
To the podcast. Yeah, we're about at the same spot. So.
I'm going to be playing it more tonight, too.
But it does. It just, you're just kind of like, going through, and then just boom, it just goes crazy. And then it kind of settles down a little bit, and it's just, it's
funny
like a roller
because
coaster.
I watched Dan's Gaming start the game last night and then go to bed, so I kind of knew when I turned your stream on this morning, I'm like, oh, Kerviel's about to, like
it
that
does.
first part,
like
though,
really
you're just like,
because you've just kind of been like coasting through it.
Well, the game's so beautiful in the beginning. Like, you're just walking through and just like, they're showing off the Unreal Engine. The game was made in UDK with the Unreal Engine, and it looks amazing. All the effects, the God rays, everything looks amazing. So you're kind of walking through, and they're showing everything off, and then all of a sudden you get to the point, and things go crazy. We won't give away any spoilers, guys, so don't worry about it.
I heard they scanned each and every actor's face into the game as well. It's supposed to be like one of the biggest budget titles for gaming. I think it was like $100 million to make the game.
I
think it was.
I think the number was 200 million.
200 million, yeah. Because I was looking today, and they were like the most anticipated game, like period, was this one, and it was like the estimated number.
It'll be the most expensive budget title this year, probably.
Oh yeah. So the number dropping on that, I mean.
Yeah, I saw like a few days, I think it was 5 or 6 days ago, IGN gave it a 9.5, and I was just like, they usually don't rate games that high.
Well, they gave I think they gave Mass Effect a 10 out of 10, though.
And then Destructoid gave it a 10 out of 10, so it's just like, I mean, then you're like, okay, this, then you're kind of curious, like, is it really as good as they say it is?
Exactly. Yeah.
Because sometimes you hear like a game, you're like, this is pretty good. I give it like a 9, and then you hear some magazine or something rates it like a 6 or 7. It's like,
if a magazine gives it a 10 out of 10, I mean, something's going on there.
Yeah.
Something's good. No, I'm having a blast with it so far. Honestly, don't really have any complaints at all. At least not yet. I've been playing for about 3.5 hours, roughly, but I don't have any complaints. I think it's fantastic. If you guys don't have it, you should get it. Period. Okay, and we'll move on to the last part.
Well, there's two parts, actually. There's one we need to do before the final announcement, but somebody was asking if we were going to discuss the follower thing, the limit with Twitch.
Oh, okay. I'll let Kerviel explain it because he seems to know more about it than probably most of us do, so...
Well, I've been reading up on it and everything. I mean, they made the announcement yesterday on Twitter that they were going to limit it. They said 250, and then suddenly it became 100. So that really sent people into an outrage because basically what it means is that you have to be one of the most popular streamers. Otherwise, if people have a lot of people on their follow list, they're going to have to start culling off, people in order to add more. And it's bad. It's really bad for new streamers, or streamers that are still building up. Even the great GQ, who is an admin at Twitch, lost 30 follows when he checked this morning. Because people, they go, oh, hey, they find a new streamer and they want to add them, and it says you can't have more than 100. What do? Right. They really want to add the person, they have to go through and cut their list down. Also, Twitch said that for those that had more than 100, they would have to eliminate them to get them down to 100. And it was like, well, how are you going to do that? And they're like, well, you just randomly lose however many until you get down to 100. Well,
so so basically there's streams out there that might have had a follow from somebody, and now they might not have that follow.
Right. And, people that you want to follow, you're going to end up going, why didn't I know they were live? And then you're going to find out that, that one got randomly taken off your list. DCK, him and I were talking about it, and he was like, I don't know if I had that many followed. And he looked, he had 170 people followed. So if they took out randomly, he would lose half of his list.
I know I have over 100 people
would just suddenly not be there.
I have a lot of streams followed that don't get a lot of viewers because I love to try to help those people out a lot. And I know that I lost a few. I checked it yesterday. So.
Yeah. So and I sent a tweet to GQ because I said I'm kind of surprised. I don't remember how I worded it. And I'd have to go back and look at it. But I just said I'm surprised to see that the more popular streamers actually were affected by it. At least with them complaining, it will make Twitch reconsider and redo it. The downside is that I don't believe they've done the random removal yet. I don't believe they've done it yet. And the problem is if they do it before they raise the limit, the damage is done.
Yeah, it's already
sad. You're not going to get those people back. So, and I guess the issue was, I was watching another stream and he was getting the information from Twitch. Apparently, there's a number, and it could be the bots. I don't know. There's a large number. Well, not a large number.
It says they moved it to 2,000.
Have like 2,000.
Wow, 2,000.
Yeah,
that's bad then.
So it's got to be bots, or it's got to be some kind of auto thing, or something like that. Well, the problem is that if you have 2,000 plus people followed, and then you're using the new layout, it updates that constantly. You know how, like, when you're watching and you see those little pop-ups come up, so-and-so is streaming, so-and-so is streaming. Imagine if you had 2,000 people followed, and those people are coming on and off all day long. That thing is just going, and they said it's killing their server.
Yeah.
So, and they said that's why they made the decision to do that. What they should have done is they should have disabled that instead of putting the limit on. They should have disabled that feature until they could get it worked out, or something. But that's where it's at right now. They made an announcement that the head engineer for Twitch was going to make a blog post explaining everything. It hadn't been done. So I kind of figured that was going to happen, but I've just been trying to get information from other reliable sources on what all is going on and what they're trying to do, and so that's the story there for those that were wondering. Because I know a couple
definitely.
Of we're going to talk
about. Okay,
it.
And then before Kerviel's actual big announcement, let's talk about the forums first.
Yes.
And how we're going to use the forums, just so people understand where to go to be a part of that stuff. So, definitely check out the link right there, guys. The DTV Network forums. Everybody should make an account and sign up. I don't care if you're active or not. Make an account, sign up. Check it every now and then because we're going to be doing some awesome things through it, and Kerviel will be talking about one of them here right now. So, Kerviel, why don't you go ahead and tell people about your genius idea?
Well, I had an idea. I mean, a lot of people know that I do a lot of the technical stuff when it comes to computers.
He knows everything.
I've been helping people with their builds and with answering questions and stuff like that. So I tried to figure out what I could do, to help people out and just kind of generate, more traffic for the streams and what we do, and also, just do giveaways. And so one of the things I came up with was an actual gaming computer giveaway. What I would like to do is every 30 days or 45 days, see how we can swing it, is I should give away like an i5, gaming computer. Fully built by me. It'll be a custom build. And basically we just do, in order to pay for it, obviously we'd have to have some kind of income coming in. So that's what I've been working on. That's why the announcement was delayed, because I have to make sure that PayPal is okay with it. I have to make sure that Twitch is okay with it, on how I have to run it. So basically, I'd have to have a certain number of entries for it, to cover the cost of it. But what I was looking to do is do like $5 an entry. And, for every $5, you would get an entry to win. As long as I have 200 entries, the giveaway would go. And the other thing I would like to do is give people that don't have, money that they can do, $5 to do, an entry per month is not a lot. But I know that sometimes, some people live, penny to penny practically. And so I'd like to try and do where some people can enter for a free opportunity to get into the giveaway.
I have
similar to like a mail-in type of thing.
I have an idea for that too, Kerviel. I know there's some people that have streams set up to where the longer you watch a stream, your minutes that you spend in a stream, you get points for that stream. So if any of our streams, or if people are spending time in there and say every hour you're in a stream, you get 10 points, and every 50 points, you can get one entry.
Mm-hmm. How would you monitor that? Is there like a program where we
There
can
is. There's ways
set
to
something
do
like
it.
that up? Okay.
Yes, there's ways to do it where you can have a bot monitor the time people are in the chat. So
that's pretty nice.
There's ways to do that where as long as you're in a stream, you'd be gaining points, and you could spend those points on entering our giveaways. Or, again, you can, donate $5, which obviously Kerviel needs to be covered monetarily for the cost of the computer, which is the most important thing about this giveaway. Obviously, we can't have Kerviel buying parts for a PC and then make $500 and, what is he going to do then? It just can't happen. Honestly, I don't think it's going to be hard to get $1,000 for this.
$5 to get an $1,100 computer is
definitely worth for sure.
We could also do something too where if it's $5 for one raffle ticket, and at $25, every $25 you get a bonus ticket or something like that. So there's different ways to do it, but to be honest, $25 to get 6 tickets in a raffle for $1,000 computer, when my first original iPhone that I got was a $25 raffle, and that was back when it cost $600 to get one of those things.
Right.
So
Right.
I won my phone in a raffle similar.
Right.
But I think it's a great idea. It's gonna, help all of us as a group of streamers generate more revenue for everybody, and then it's gonna help everybody with viewers. Hopefully, this continues to grow, and more people, want to be a part of the giveaway. And I just think it's fantastic. It's a wonderful idea that Kerviel came up with.
Yeah, I think
because it's just something that nobody else is doing. I mean, I know people, they give away parts here and there and stuff like that for giveaways and things like that, and that's great. I mean, that's phenomenal. I love seeing that, and that's why I was like, what can I come up with that would help somebody, that can't, either put one together or afford to have one put together? Because, an i5 gaming computer, to buy it from a place that puts it together is, $1,500 or more, because of the cost that they involve, with the labor and everything else. So, and I can get the parts, I know how to buy them. The computer I have now is like $1,150. I paid less than $800 for it because I bought the parts as they were on sale. So it's just it's a matter of doing that. So, and I'd like to be able to, use that knowledge and be able to help out other people that are loyal to our streams, get a chance to get that same kind of thing. Because I know a lot of these people, they'd love to be able to play some of the games we play, and they don't have the computers that can run them. So, and that's why I'd love to be able to do it like every 30 days, and go that route. No, smooth. I'll take care of that too. So, as far as games and all that kind of stuff, you guys are on your own.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'll take care of. I mean, it'll be running like a dream out the door.
Like a dream out the door. Quote by Kerviel.
Sounds great.
Are we planning on going to PAX Prime? I might be going to PAX Prime. I've talked about it. It's possible. I am not 100% on it, but I don't think it's something we've talked about as a group of streamers trying to go to PAX Prime, because I know it's on the other side of the country for me. So it's going to be expensive either way. I would love to go, but I don't know if it's in the cards. We will see. We're definitely planning on going to PAX East next year. We talked about it on my stream. We're also going to be starting a forum on the DTV Network forums with a list of people from the stream that want to come and be a part of the PAX East next year. So everybody can go in there, and if we start saving now, if you guys are worried about not being able to go, if we start saving now and everybody can go in there and say an update and say, hey, I added another $20 this week to my PAX East trip fund for next year, fantastic. If you keep updating it and you hold yourself accountable and everybody puts away $10-20 a week, a month, whatever you can do, we can make it happen. And even if someone ends up being a little bit short, we'll see what happens next year. I'd love to be able to try to help people get there and go and be a part of the whole experience. So
me too.
Exactly. We're gonna set the forum up, and I hope you guys go and sign up and say, hey, I want to go to PAX East. I want to meet up with you guys. Hang out. I'd love to do it.
Definitely, it's well worth the money to go. It was absolutely amazing. It was like the tickets for PAX are quite cheap, to be honest with you. They really are. I think I spent like $35 on one day, and actually it was like $60 for a 3-day pass if you got them on time. So like really, like if you're driving in a hotel room, that's about it. You guys could probably go onto the forum boards as well, the DTV Network, and make a sub post or something about who's going to be there staying in hotels. Maybe you might meet some friends that you guys can group up with and share cost of hotel room. That's what me and a couple other people did at PAX.
We can figure that stuff out later. Yeah. I mean, hotel rooms, all that stuff, don't worry about it, guys. Just for right now, I would say probably $600 is probably going to be the average cost for people going to PAX. Some people might spend a little bit more. Some people might spend a little bit less. But I think setting the value right now for $600 is probably what you want to save up by next year. And again, if we go on there every week and update and say, hey, I just added more money, this is what I'm at now, this is how much I need to go, and everybody holds everybody accountable and saying, save that money, we'll make it happen. What if I gave you $600 when I go to PAX Prime? Bird, I would love to go to PAX Prime. Trust me, I'm already thinking ahead and trying to save up. It is 100% dependent on how much money I have. So
yeah, Kay and I have been talking about it as well. I mean, PAX Prime is going to be 4 days this year. Never ever been 4 days. It's going to be 4 days, which is just unreal. Plus, it's in the summertime. Seattle is beautiful, especially that time of year. You know, it might rain a little, it might, but it's
definitely
so
better
nice
than
that time of year. And yeah, I mean, I don't like the snow.
It snowed.
And I mean, it's going to be the longest flight. I am, other than maybe Hawaii, I don't think you could get farther away from Seattle and still be in the United States from where I am. I mean, I am as far as you could possibly get from Seattle.
You're way down there in Florida.
But I still want to go. So I'm going to start working on it, and try and see if I can't get it done.
I hope the traffic's better in Seattle than it is in Boston. Because
Are you planning on going, boy?
I'm in the works with somebody right now that says they would be willing to pay for my trip to go there through business, but I'm not 100% sure on it yet. I would definitely keep you guys informed because I would love to go with the DTV Network and everything like that.
Definitely.
So we will see. So that's about all I really have. I would try my best to get there because, like I said, PAX. Once I got to PAX and I seen the venue, that is definitely what I want to do in my life. I want to be there, doing something in the industry for that kind of venue. So definitely, hopefully things will look up and we'll make it. And I'd love to meet you guys, the other DTV crew members. I mean, Penguin was amazing. Like, if you guys watch the stream and everything like that, and you think, oh, that's, he does this and that. No, he acts the exact same. He was, if not the most genuine guy I've ever met when it comes to streamers. He was super, super cool. So it was a great time. It really was. So it's definitely worth going.
You get a computer. You get a computer. Okay, so that's pretty much it, guys. And that's the announcement. Somebody post a link to the forums again. Go sign up.
Oh, I did something on the forums this week. Just to say pretty much thank you for those that have already started and whatnot. I did a giveaway of a headset. Just like, I didn't really talk much about it. It was basically word of mouth through who visited the forums. So if you saw the post, there was a
benefit
free
to those who
headset
signed
involved.
up early. Yep. Exactly.
So those
Somebody
who
won
just
a really nice headset today.
Yep, I gave a Steel Series.
It's very nice. Steel Series.
Dang, Kaya. Good work.
Anyway, Steel Series Siberia V2 headset away today.
That's awesome. And we will be doing lots of giveaways through our forums. So yeah, go sign up. Any idea when we'll have more information for the computer raffle?
I'd like to try and start it like April 1st. I'd like to try and start it. I think it'd probably take like 2 or 3 weeks of getting people entered in. Because I want to give people, like you said, especially if we decide to implement something where people get credit for the time they spend in the stream. It's going to take a little bit of time to get that set up. Plus, you want to at least let it run 2, 3, 4 weeks. And then do the drawing, and then it'd take me, a week to obviously get the parts, put it together, and then ship it out.
Right.
And then, start another one. That's what I'd like to do. Is try and do like 3 weeks, do the week of building, ship it out, and start to,
I think that's a good call because you don't want to say, okay, well, this is, yeah. No, I think that's a good call. So if Kerviel starts with raffle tickets, we'll make some sort of chip-in or PayPal donation thing.
Pitch-in box is what they have going now.
Yeah, and we'll make one of those that's general through all our streams, I guess. We can add it all to the same stream, so all that pitch-in money goes to Kerviel, and then Kerviel can disperse that whenever.
You just need the little widget.
Yep.
HTML.
Yeah, we got to. And I want to figure out how we can do that too, because I want to make sure that the people that enter, depending on which stream, obviously if they're supporting everybody, it's obviously going to be a general pool. But say one of Boy Wonder's, huge fans, want to enter in, whatever. I want to make sure that at least
he doesn't have any.
It comes through him.
None at all. Terrible. Terrible.
So we got to iron it out. So there are some details and stuff we got to work out. So, but at least people know that what we're trying to do, and it will be happening soon. So
like now that you dropped the knowledge,
I'm excited.
Now that you dropped it, like I can spread the news on the stream and everything like that. Because I've known about it for a little while. I mean, obviously we all known about it for a little while until you're working out the details. So now we can all kind of sit there and discuss it. So
Yep. No, it's a great idea.
I wanted to announce it like right away because I was so excited about it. But it's like you go and look, and it's just like
there's some
look at like
red tape,
and it's just like the number of restrictions on. I mean, it's just insane. Like you have to get permission to do certain things, and all sorts of stuff. So. I just didn't want to announce it and have everybody get excited and then be like, I can't do it.
Right.
So.
The ultimate goal of the DTV Network forums is to get everybody connected, I think. There's people that watch my stream that might not watch Boy Wonder. There's people that watch Boy Wonder that might not watch Kea. There's people that watch Kea that might not watch Kerviel. It's all about connecting those viewers together. If I'm not online, the reason that these people are part of the DTV Network is because they have fantastic streams, and I think they're great people. So
we think
when
you're
one of
great
us,
people, Deegan.
Oh, thanks, Kea. No, the reason they're there is because they're good.
I appreciate it. I really
if
do.
I'm not on, I would feel great if you guys would watch one of them. You'd be in good hands. So that's the ultimate goal of the DTV Network forums, is to get the streams and the viewers connected. And I think that's fantastic. I mean, everybody that's a part of this community should be helping this community. We have a small group of streamers as it is right now, but that's how I like it. I've had a lot of people ask to be a part of the DTV Network, and I've been extremely selective. I'm not saying I'm not going to add more, because I definitely will. There's no restrictions on how big your stream is to be a part of the DTV Network. It's about you and your stream and how you treat your viewers. So, that's what it's about. Definitely sign up on the forums. We got some good stuff happening. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome.
Sounds good. I'm excited. I'm super excited.
Good.
I'm excited about another PAX.
After all those tweets and everything I've been reading up on, I was so jealous. I was like, why didn't I go? Why didn't
Angel Fire, dude.
I wanted to go.
God, we'll never forget that.
I would be glad to sit on a plastic bin if I could have gone to PAX.
Dude, yeah. It was... I mean, we were putting people in our room. Like, literally, we had people sleeping on our floors because they didn't have, like, places to stay. So we were just like, come with us, sleep.
That's
Let's go to
really
PAX.
cool.
It was
Really
like,
cool.
it got really fun. So it was definitely a blast. Go. If you have the opportunity to do it in your lifetime, please do it, because you will not regret it. So many awesome people there. Everybody there, everybody at the venue was nice. Like, you could literally walk up to anybody and just say what's up, and they would sit there and talk to you for hours.
That's one thing that's pretty exclusive to the video gamer community in general.
Nice.
You can open up a conversation with
Raider was
anybody. It
doing a
doesn't
giveaway I
matter.
saw on Sunday, and it was like, if you came to their booth with somebody that you met at PAX, then they would give you both like a gift, like a gift.
They were,
It was like, I'm like, really? I'm like, and they're like, yeah, if you just, met somebody and
awesome.
I mean, you could lie and be like, yeah, we don't know each other and whatever. But I mean, bring somebody that you met at PAX, tell us your story of how you met, and whatever. So they probably figured they'd find people out when they, their story.
Well, I was in the bathroom taking a piss, and he looked over at me and said, "Nice."
Yeah, there you go.
Wait a minute. That's not who I
Me
said.
too. Let's go.
I thought it was
I don't know,
cool.
but I saw that tweet and I thought that was pretty cool. And then there was another one where you had to come up with 6 passwords.
Yeah,
and so
you
they
had to
gave
scan
out
them.
they gave out 2 each day at different times. So you had to have all 6 passwords, and then this was Astro. You got a free Astro headset. For the first person that came to their booth with all 6 passwords. It's neat stuff.
Magic the Gathering did something like that too. You had to go on like a scavenger hunt, and they gave you these like, I guess it was like steampunk goggles. They were like really, really nice goggles, but they were gone instantly. Like, literally, they were out the door. You had to solve riddles in like all the different booths.
Wow.
Giving riddles to video game nerds is probably not the greatest way to do a giveaway. That will be over very quickly.
It was done ASAP. I was like, oh wow, okay. But I met a guy there, and we chit-chatted at the Riot booth, because I wanted the PAX Silver skin. Like, that's the reason why I was like so excited to go to PAX and meet the Riot booth and get that code. They don't make them anymore. He was like, oh, hey, how's it going? We chit-chatted and everything like that. And he gave me his number and literally texted me the code when he flew into his house. He was on the other side of the world.
Awesome.
And sent me the code, so he unlocked it for me on my League of Legends. So, like, it's just stuff like that you can look forward to at PAX. Don't go there. Go there and talk. Trust me, talk to everybody.
People that want to be a part of PAX, one of the best way to set a goal for yourself, my wife tells me this all the time, is to write it down.
Put it on your forehead.
Write it down. To set a goal for yourself, you write it down. So if you want to go to PAX East next year and you don't know how you're going to get the money, come on our forums. We're going to have a forum post in there with everybody that wants to go to PAX East. That's a part of our community. Out. And we're going to figure it out, okay? We're going to figure out how to get people there, and we're going to get as many people there as we can.
I mean,
write it down, update it whenever you put money away and say, hey, this is how much money I have in my account. This is how much money I need. We're going to make it happen. It's going to work.
And PAX Prime is, I believe it's August 30th to September 2nd this year.
Yep.
So 4 days.
She says, oh, so you do listen.
Busted on the podcast.
That Amy.
Oh, man. She knows I love her. Okay. So that's it for the podcast, guys. I will be back streaming Bioshock Infinite here in probably 10 minutes. Boy Wonder usually streams after the podcast, correct?
9:30. Oh, an hour. Dude, wow, it's 8 already. Whoa. Yeah, that's it, man. 9:30. I'll be doing Smite tonight.
Ooh,
so you guys come in and see some real Smite play. No, I'm just kidding, guys. I'm the worst Smite player ever. Please, please sit there and troll me in chat too, and just be like, "Yo, why did you do that?" Because I love that more than anything.
There you go. You got Boy Wonder at 9:30 with Smite. Kerviel
codes too.
Probably not streaming anymore tonight, right?
PAX codes.
I'll be doing the Bioshock tomorrow.
Yep, Kerviel back to Bioshock tomorrow. Okay, are you streaming tonight or tomorrow? You streamed Minecraft earlier today, and Minecraft more tomorrow.
Minecraft tomorrow.
Sounds
I'll
good.
be working on the forums this evening.
Sounds good. So, yep, we'll have posts for you guys on the forums, again, detailing what was talked about tonight, and I hope you guys sign up, and I hope you guys participate, because it really will help you. If you really want to go to PAX, we'll try to help you guys get there. All right, that's it for the podcast. Thanks for being here. We love you guys. We love the DTV Network community. Everybody that watches these streams, you guys are fantastic people. So,
thank you guys so much for watching.
Yep. Sounds good.
I'm trying to start this. I'm trying to get these lazy slackers to get on the forums.
I haven't even signed up yet.
No, Deegan.
Yeah, Deegan preaching to everybody else to sign up.
I know. I know.
Hey, I was day one. Day one.
Yes, he was.
You know what? It's okay. I'm a busy guy, okay?
I'm a busy dude.
I'm a busy guy. All right.
Good stuff.
You guys have a wonderful night.
Love you guys.
Awesome. You too.
Have a good
Later.
one.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for